Have you all heard about ChatGPT? I know you'll be like, okay, what is Aisha getting into now? What about ChatGPT? So recently, I got an alert saying that there's this new application out there that's an artificial intelligence that basically can help solve problem in mimicking like in human form. So I was, okay, I was thinking one and two. I know like I have a lot of mentees. I was like, okay, how can I use this application to basically help me improve where I'm currently at? As you all know, I continue to learn and I want to see what's out there that can help improve myself as a person and also help my subscribers and my viewer. So, okay, let's just use this chart and put in stuff and see if it actually can give me the right definition. And I put in what is Scrum, and it gave me the answer. I was so mind blown to the point that I was like, I really need to share this with my subscribers and my viewers. Uh, Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Aisha Scrum platform. I am very happy to have you all, and Happy New Year. I hope you all are happy to be here today, just like me. So let's get into this. And please, if you've been finding my content valuable, please like and subscribe to Aisha Scrum platform. I'm very happy to have you all. And for my existing subscriber and my new subscribers, I welcome you all. So let me show you all about how you can create a account with this Chat GPT site, and also how can we use this Chat GPT that can be beneficial for us that are Scrum Master or people that are aspiring Scrum Masters or in our world? How can this be beneficial for us? So what I'm going to be using this chart is to show us how we can use this Chat GPT to improve our resume, because I was looking out for my people that are looking for a job out there. I see like a lot of my videos that do so well on YouTube are my interview videos. So I know a lot of people that subscribe to my channel are basically people that are in process of interviewing or they are basically looking for a job. So my goal is to use this Chat GPT to look at sample of resume, look at LinkedIn tips, because I think this will be very beneficial for us. And also for my current Scrum Masters, fun retrospective and also fun ideas for retrospective. And so let's get into it. So let me use this opportunity to share my screen and show you all what this site do and how you can use this to help your team. Right now, I'm putting in my login information. I just put in my Gmail and I verified my Gmail. So now I'm going to put in my telephone number. So basically just to verify the accounts, because I guess they want no scammers. And after verifying my accounts, then it's going to take me into this Chat GPT site. Because at first when I was trying this out, I was like, okay, let me put what is agile, what is Scrum, how can I help my Scrum team, like basic questions like that, stuff that I know, to see what is going to give me a response. I was mind blown by its answer, and it's so detailed and it's in a split of a second, So it's good to know that, yeah, if they actually give a false answer, they will like you to give them that feedback so they can help improve the site, which I think will be beneficial. So now it brings us to the homepage, and this is the homepage that's called ChatGPT. And basically, it's even give you an example of questions you can ask. Like you can put any questions you have. How do I make HTTP request JavaScript? So I was actually watching a YouTube video that one of the engineers was saying that they were having issues with their code. They had a mistake with one of their coding, and they put it in ChatGPT and see to tell them what was the issue with their code. And ChatGPT literally solved the issue for them in a split of a second. So think about this, how this is going to literally change our whole world for the better, I think. And of course, always there's going to be some kind of danger too when you have too much information out there, right? But it's actually a very good thing to try. So the question that I want to try is something that I've always wanted to help us all is resume and LinkedIn for sure. And I'm going to actually write a simple question, and so for you all to see how this is actually so effective if you want to try it. My question is going to be sample Scrum Master resume and enter. So as soon as I put enter, right away, it's typing nonstop, like exactly how your Scrum resume template, basically some kind of template, how your Scrum Master resume should look like. And it's literally doing everything for you, which is insane, like in split of a second. And I know some people be like, oh, Aisha, by the way, we have Google, and you can Google and search about Scrum Master resumes, and you can see still that, but it's true. But think about how this is so detailed, and it's going like specific step by step on how you can get all this information. And it's interesting looking at this resume. It looks like basically covering all of this. I'm going to wait for it all to be done so I can go over all of this with you all. And disclaimer though, I wouldn't expect you all to just copy what this ChatGPT says and you just copy it and paste it to your resume. We know we can do that, right? But at least you have some kind of idea how a Scrum Master resume should look like. And we have a lot of them too on Google, but this is just interesting how it's telling you by right, your resume should look like something like this. And always it's going to start with your name, right? You start with your full name. And when it comes to your address, you are not putting your house address, your house number. You should not put that on a resume because you never know where those recruiters can send your resume. So, just for safety purposes, you always just have your state and your zip code, because that's huge. If you get called for an interview or so, you can definitely then give them your full address. But on your resume itself, you should only have your state and your zip code and your telephone number for sure and your email, and that's it. So that should be that as at the top of your page. And the next thing, you always want to have your professional summary. And that's basically something that's going to be summarizing your whole professional experience in working. It doesn't have to be only Scrum, or it can be maybe you come from a different background. You can summarize that. Well, I'm currently a Scrum Master and I've done social and so thing. And in my role as so and so, I was able to do this. And that also relates to my work right now that I'm applying for as being a Scrum Master, So all of those things you have to include. But let's read about what ChatGPT example, what it gives us, right? It stated that I am highly motivated and experienced Scrum Master with a proven track record of leading cross-functional teams to deliver complex software projects on time, which is important, right? And within budgets. This is very nice. Skilled at building strong relationship, because we are working with people, right? With team members, stakeholders, customers, to drive continuous improvement and increase productivity. Proficient in agile methodologies. If you are, then you put Scrum and any other agile methodologies you are proficient on. This is actually not bad for one type of a search and giving me like a whole template and having such a nice detailed summary. It's really, really nice. And if you go under skills, and it's telling me that I have my Scrum Master certification, I have this, I have project management and the tools like Jira. I'm sure we all have my Jira training videos. Don't forget to take a look at that if you've never watched any of my Jira training videos. And it has Asana and Trello. So Trello too, all can be used in project management. And team leadership and development, communication and collaboration. So all of that is saying is very important, right? So that's under our skills. And next, then you go to your work experience. And your work experience is asking you to put your company and just be cautious with location. I always am cautious when it comes to all of that in detail on resume, because sometimes when we do submit our resume to recruiters, it can be sometimes very scary. So I always just do not put location. I just put the company where I worked and the dates, because that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. And then I have the description. So let's look at what kind of description they have here. Lead cross-functional team of 10 developers, designers, and QA analysts in the delivery of complex software projects using Scrum methodology. So that's not wrong, right? Because that is true. Because Scrum always deals with complex problems, right? And we use Scrum to solve those complex problems. So this ChatGPT did not lie about that for sure. And we all know we facilitate daily Scrum, sprint planning, sprint review, and retrospective, right? That's part of our job description, which is very nice. Acted as a servant leader, although now they want us to say true leader, right? According to the Scrum Guide, supporting the team in the removal of roadblocks, ensuring the team remain focused on the project's goal. This is very nice. So to be honest, so far, this ChatGPT definitely delivered a job. And if you look under education, it has like, which is right. You have your education at the bottom. And also you have your certification and you have the year university. I'm still very cautious with location. I'm very cautious with location. But these templates and additional trainings, you can have all other trainings and certification at the bottom. To be honest, I was so mind blown about how these resume sample templates look like, because this is exactly how my resume is. And I learned this in school when I was in college. I took a career services class about resume. So that's why I was like very good in writing resumes. Although now I don't do that as much. I just like get someone at Upwork or Fiverr because they are more professional in writing it, and it can be cheaper. And if you all also are looking for a place where you can get a resume writing optimization for, Upwork and Fiverr is a very good place to try. But it's just insane to me that the templates look exactly like my resume. So I was like, wow, this is insane. But it's very, very good templates. But of course, you can be copying exactly what these things say, right? Because you have to base it on your own description and your own experience, even though some of them will be similar. By the way, if you're finding my content valuable, please like and subscribe to this channel. It actually means so much to me, and I truly appreciate you all for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And if you are interested in mentorship, do not hesitate to email me at admin@aishascrumtech.com. And also you can now call me because I now have a business phone number. My phone number is 484-767-1979. I'm going to be putting all that below in the description. And so this is the resume for you. And I hope you all can pause some of this and take a look more and go over the rest. Well, I think this was very nice. So let's search for another thing that I think is be very beneficial for us that are looking for a job and trying to optimize our resume. And also the next thing we can do is for LinkedIn, right? Because I'll always encourage you all, right? Before you want to go create your LinkedIn, if you are hopefully if you've never had a LinkedIn or you've been had a LinkedIn, it's very important because sometimes people have a LinkedIn and don't even go back to it because you are working, right? You don't even want to go to LinkedIn. And sometimes your LinkedIn can just be there and people don't even have LinkedIn. It's common, I know, because people are like, oh, really? You don't have a LinkedIn? Yes, it's very common. There's some people too that don't have a LinkedIn. It's not every workforce people that actually use LinkedIn. But in that case, you should definitely start off with your resume. And like, let's say you want to go to the job market and you've been a Scrum Master and now you want to go to the job market and you want to start looking for a job. The first thing you should do, you should always sit down because sometimes you'll be doing things at work and you won't be like, okay, how can I just put everything into words? This is where the sample that can help you structure your resume. So then after you create your resume, then you use that resume to create your LinkedIn account. So now that's why my next question, we're going to be asking ChatGPT, right? How can we use LinkedIn accounts to help improve our chances for recruiters to call us, right? So I'm going to write Scrum Master LinkedIn tips. So let's see if it's the same thing that it's going to show. Like, okay, let me scroll up. It's already showing from the bottom. All right. So there we go. So it's already giving us the answer already just from one search and one type, right? It's already showing us all of these things we should do that can help optimize our LinkedIn and make it more like good for us as we are out there applying for jobs and approaching recruiters. And it literally gives us like very nice points. And it's interesting because some of these points is stuff that I've always coached and mentored people to use. And the first thing it has, if you look at it, it gives us like 10 good points we should basically use to help our LinkedIn. And the number one he has is use a clear professional profile picture and header image. So I know I've seen a lot of LinkedIn sometimes and the professional picture It's not professional picture. Sometimes people think that, oh, I have to go pay a photographer for professional picture. No, you don't have to. Like, for example, if you have an iPhone, there's a portrait mode on your phone. And if you take picture outside, like a daylight, save it using the daylight itself and stand maybe outside or ask someone, your family member, to take a picture of you in portrait mode. It looks so professional because I know I've done that in the past. That's one way you can use that. And in your headline, highlight your role as a Scrum Master and relevant certification or skills. So that's something that you can do in your name. After your name, you put comma and you put your certification next to it, like the initial of the certification itself. Like if you have a CSM, Certified Scrum Master certification, you put CSM certification. If you have a PSM certification, you put your PSM certification. So those certifications you put in there to make it good, you know. And in your summary, provide brief overview about your experience as a Scrum Master. So that's something you should definitely do. In your work experience section, highlight your responsibilities and achievements. So that's why if you already created your resume, you basically just copy and paste on that section, you know. In your skills section, list your relevant agile, project management tools, and team leadership skills. These three, I think, is very, very important because I think it's very important. We can use this to optimize the skills section, and you basically add the skills section and consider including relevant education and trainings and certification. You put all of that. Don't forget, which I think is a very important point, to regularly update your profile with new experience and achievements. And this is so true. I am so guilty of this. Myself, I don't do this, but I think it's something that's very important for us to do. Because especially if you're applying for a job, you know, have your most up-to-date experience and your most achievements. Or as you continue to gain all those things, you add it back to your LinkedIn. Connect with other professionals in your industry, including the Scrum Masters, and join relevant LinkedIn group. This is another very, very important point that I think is very important. You are not just connecting with your friends and colleagues, but you are basically connecting with like-minded people or like mentors or coaches or people that you look up to or people that you are inspired by them. You follow those groups and you try to request to join those Scrum groups. There's a lot of them. Scrum Alliance is one of them. Join those groups is very important because then you're going to continue to get informed and something they can share job description on there, you know. Use LinkedIn publishing platform to share article or insight about agile methodology and Scrum. This is very nice because sometimes you will see people, they'll be like, oh, I don't get called by recruiters. I apply, I don't get called. And then you ask and they're like, oh, I only created my LinkedIn account. I've never been to LinkedIn or I don't update my LinkedIn or I'm not active on LinkedIn. So that's a gap. So that's something that you can definitely improve on and update your LinkedIn and also be active. You can write little article, little stuff, you know, about Scrum and Agile. You can basically reshare, repost something, anything that's related to Agile or Scrum. That's something that's of relevance to you. And you have to be professional though, right? You have to be very, very, very important for you to be professional about it and not just basically write or share anything on there. You have to be very cautious because remember, a lot of the first place companies go to search for is on LinkedIn. They will search on there and see how professional you are in your skills and all of that. So it's very important for you to be very cautious when you're posting things on there, you know. Consider seeking out recommendation or endorsement from colleagues. This is very, very important. When you have like your leadership, because I do this too. I have my leadership people at work. I ask them for recommendation on LinkedIn. And of course, endorsements, people that have seen you work, people that know how you work, and your mentor, your coaches, for sure. You can ask them to endorse you on the skills that they know that you are proficient at. So you should request for endorsement, recommendation. Do not hesitate to do that because that's very, very important. Because that will help your potential employer to see that, oh, they actually have all the skills needed for them also to do the same thing in our company. So I'm going to give this person the opportunity over the other. So you should definitely use this opportunity and ask for that because you can ask, can you endorse me in these skills? Because you know I've been doing that and I'm proficient at that. And provide to clients and provide social proof of your skills and experience. So then you can provide that skills and proof of your skills and experience. That's very, 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 very important, right? So another thing I would definitely point out is for you to also be very active on LinkedIn, and do not hesitate to reach out to recruiters if you see that they are recruiters. Do not hesitate to have conversation with people that you see like they're also in the same space as you, and basically yeah, take on those trainings you see in the LinkedIn. LinkedIn Learning is another one that's really nice. They have a lot of videos on there. You can use the LinkedIn Learning for sure to learn. So that's very good. Our people that are looking for job is to write interview tips for Scrum Master. So now we're looking for interview tips, right? Because I think that will also be beneficial. As soon as you type, it literally starts giving you all the answers, you know. This is really, really so cool. Like, it just starts typing and giving you like answers, and answers too that you look at, you're like, oh, this is actually true. This artificial intelligence thing is not lying. They actually improve anything you're working on right now, or even your job search or anything. Let me know in the comments down below. I really would like to see what you all think about this ChatGPT for sure. So now let's see what this have like for this interview tips. I'm sure it has like all of this list. You all can definitely pause it and go over it. And this is something that we've been discussing in my channel. Like, review the job description and requirements carefully. And that's something you should always do before you go to interview. Research the company, right? If you look at my Scrum Master interview, that I stated that mistakes Scrum Masters do before going to an interview. One of them is when you do not review the company, right? When you did not do the job description. So if you missed that video, you can look down below. You can see that video, also part of my Scrum interview playlist. And it's also said that understand the principle and practice of Scrum, right? Of course, you should know that. Be prepared to discuss your approach to servant leadership and facilitate agile ceremony. Be ready to talk about your experience with cross-functional teams and stakeholders. Be prepared to discuss any tools or technique you have used to track, manage the project progress. Come prepared with questions. Ask the interviewer, right? Because sometimes people always think when you go to interview, it's like you're coming to an exam, right? So I'm saying this because I know, like, I've seen like people will consult me for interview prep, and they're like so scared, like you're going for an exam. Just see this as a place where you both trying to know one another, right? You should also not just come feeling like they're going to be asking you all the questions, but also you also will have that privilege to ask questions, so that as they're assessing to see if you are a good fit for them, you are assessing to check if this is a good company for you. It goes both ways. So just go in there and relax, and also come in with questions, you know. Dress professionally and arrive on time, and show enthusiasm and passion. And that's something, if you can show, that can make you different from the other applicants, by you showing your passion and how compassionate you are about your job, and why would they miss out if they didn't choose you over the others. This always to know that even though this tool is very good, it can give you a lot of information and answer, but you have to be very, very specific with what you're asking it, because based on how you ask it will determine the result it's going to give you. So I would like to you all know, like, I want you all to let me know, like, if you plan to use this tool to optimize your work and help you work faster, because I know some people are already using this. And is this something that you even thought about using while looking for a job or while being a job? So I'm curious, if you start searching for a company, what it's going to do. I know I can't do that here, but maybe you all can try it at home on your own and see what it's going to show you. And if you missed my last video about spillover and how to navigate that and what to decide when it comes to re-estimating and prioritizing spillover, refer to my last video that I just did. And I hope this content will be very valuable to you. If you find my content valuable, continue to subscribe and like to my channel. And if you are interested in mentorship, do not hesitate to email me at admin@jallo. No, you see now I'm calling my name. Email me at admin@aishascrumtech.com, and you can call me at 484-767-1979 for all your mentorship inquiries. And thank you all for joining and thank you all for watching. And I hope to see you all in my next video.